Friends. So we are always stretching our brains and pushing ourselves harder and farther. So I know that our brains are really getting stretched these days with doing all of this math. And just part of our stretch right now is to practice it over and over and over until we have it just right. When I can look at your work and I can understand the thinking that's happening in your head, then I can understand and trust that you know how to do this on your own. It's extra tricky this year, friends, because I can't watch you do your equations. I just get a picture of them at the end. And so it's a little bit tricky for me. And so I'm grateful to you and your families who continue to help you be better at math. They're pushing you to try, they're pushing you to practice, and you're pushing yourself really hard too. So I just want to say thank you to you for doing all that extra to show me all the work that you're doing. This is a very tricky year. Today we're working on page 185. And 185, you might notice, only has two numerals on top, and it isn't going over 100. So we're kind of jumping around a little bit to make sure that our thinking stays fluent and fluid, and when we jump back and forth, we can still do the math. So we're just going to start with number 1. Now, just like before, if you want to go ahead and finish this right now and not work with me and work independently, I'm asking you to complete 9 equations today. We're going to do 3 of these together. So if you're going to work on your own, you need to complete 9 total equations, okay? And you can go start working on that right now. If you're working with me, I would like for you to make sure that I know you're working with me and that you are, so that I can check in with you as we work through these math equations. All right, you know me, I like to work on a separate piece of paper so that I can show you exactly what I'm doing. First of all, I want to ask, how many of you are still using pictures to do this? Just curious. All right, thank you. All right, so the first thing we're going to ask is, let me get something to cover this up here, people. Of course, I don't have anything handy to do my covering up. Usually I have a scrap nearby that I can use, but all of my scraps look like this right now. I was making some hot air balloons. Okay, so this will work just fine. So if we cover this up right here, we ask ourselves, if we have 5, can we take 6 away from that? So just a reminder, this number needs to be bigger than that number. The number on top needs to be bigger than the number on the bottom. The other thing is we always stack it up. That helps us to understand this number, it's like it's bigger and fatter on the bottom. We can't subtract that. So if we can't subtract that, we have to go next door and tell them, give us one of your 10s. He always says yes because he's polite. We add that 10 to our 5 right there. And that makes 15. Now, can we subtract 15 minus 6? Of course we can subtract 15 minus 6. 15 minus 6 is a math fact I know in my head. Will you go ahead and type it into chat as soon as you know 15 minus 6? All right, thank you. Yeah, 15 minus 6 equals 9. Then 5 take away 1 equals 4. So the answer to number 1 is 49. Now remember, you can put your answer over here. That's fine. But I want to see this work. I want to see the part where I can see your thinking. Next one, 58 minus 37. we subtract 8 minus 7 is the bigger number on top. Yeah, so this one's easy peasy, isn't it? 8 minus 7, we're left with 1. 5, take away 3, we're left with 2. Once again, I can put that over here, but I need to make sure that I can see that work. Here's number 2. And I put a circle around the number just so I can be really clear about which one it is, and it's really obvious. All right, number 3, this will be our last one we'll do together. After this, the next 6 you're going to do on your own. I am here with you, so you're not completely alone, and I can help you. 20 minus 14. First things first. Can't do that, can we? So we have to go over here, take a 10 from there. We're left with 1 10. This becomes a whole 10. 10 minus 4. All right. I'll leave this up here for a moment in case there's one of you that needs to pause it on there. And you can copy the equations down. Remember, you are completing 9 equations.